What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Naja Nicole here, and today I'm taking you guys through finally a full day of eating. It's Wednesday right now, so it's my rest day. If you guys have been watching my week of workouts, then you know. So I'm gonna be eating a lot of low carb foods today. So if you guys are interested in, the carb cycling diet or anything like that, then definitely subscribe to my channel because that's the diet I'm following right now to lose some weight for the summer. Snatched for summer 2021. If you missed any of those videos, then look in the description box too. But yeah, we're starting off today with some breakfast. Breakfast is my main meal of the day, so let's just go to the kitchen. So I actually have to get online for work because it's almost 9 a.m. and I work from home. If you guys didn't know, I have a full-time career. But I gotta whip up some breakfast, get some energy going, energy flow, get myself in a good mood, because breakfast is my favorite meal of any day. And if I miss my breakfast, you don't want to talk to me. But today I think what we're gonna do is just make an omelet for breakfast, just something nice and full of protein, low carb, like I said. And yeah, I'll walk you guys through that and show you the macros. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've got all of my ingredients here. I'm going to make, like I said, an omelet. So I'm gonna put some oven roasted turkey in there, some mushrooms. This is already pre-cut bell peppers, some cheese, and then some pico on top. This is from a local grocery store that honestly has the most amazing food here in Chicago. So if you can pick that up, definitely recommend. But yeah, let's get ready to form our omelet. What's up, guys? So like I said, we're starting off today with a quick egg white omelet. As you can see, I measure out all of my ingredients whenever I cook anything for the day. If you're trying to track your macros and count your calories, you definitely need a food scale to be accurate with this stuff. The only thing that I actually do eyeball and take a more intuitive eating approach is with my veggies, since those are your micronutrients that you definitely need to make a meal pretty healthy. So whenever I'm doing a recipe like this, I really just focus on those macronutrients that are really going to affect my weight loss or weight gain. This meal right here is a staple for me. It's very filling and super low carb, so you don't really feel too guilty after eating this, and it'll definitely keep you full for a couple hours, which is really what I'm going for, so that I can just get right online and get to work. Alright, so now I'm just gonna make some toast. I'm using the Ezekiel bread. The Ezekiel. I can't say it. Ezekiel. But this bread, I'm just gonna use one slice. I think there's about 15 carbs in each slice, so that's pretty good for low carb. And then I'm just gonna add some avo on it and spice things up. So now that it's ready, I'm actually adding here some salsa on top. Key thing with sauces is to really just make sure the sauce doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, and look for the amount of carbs and fats that's actually in the label. So, you have to be careful with some of them. Pretty much just follow the same approach as when you're making the full meal. I just used about 1.5 tablespoons of the salsa, and the Cholula sauce was actually 0 carb. So I was much more generous with that. Midday snack time. Just taking a quick break from work, so I'm just gonna pick up like a quick little snack. Gotta find the sun. Rice cakes are one of my favorite snacks. Very light, very easy. Sometimes I like to put either peanut butter on it. I don't really like cream cheese, but I've seen that done before. And I think right now I'm just gonna do it plain, so it's pretty boring snack, but it'll do. I'm not gonna do the peanut butter this time because I'm gonna have peanut butter on something else later tonight, which is always a treat that I look forward to. All right, so here they go. I'm just having the Quaker caramel flavor. I definitely like the flavored ones a lot more than the plain, just because, you know, the plain, you gotta put something on there, but they're just 50 calories each, so I'm just gonna have 2. These are 11 grams of carb each, so this is acceptable because I basically, when I'm doing low carb days, I always want my major meals to be pretty low carb, but the snacks in between would kind of make up for the carbs that I'm not eating in my big meals. I just find that the better way to do it for me because most snacks are really carb heavy, so might as well save it for that instead of having a huge meal with a ton of rice on a low carb day. That's kind of how I try to structure it, just so I'm also balancing out the day because you do need carbs. My carbs on this diet right now for low carb days like about 130 grams of carbs. Usually on my high carb days I would have around 200 grams of carbs, so it's a huge cut, but you know, there's still some room for a little enjoyment. All right, so got my rice cake here, and also I'm drinking a LaCroix. I call them LaCrux because I like to make up my own words, but I'm just having the Pamplemousse. I never know how to say it. I always say Pamplemousse, but this one's the best flavor, hands down. And keep trucking along at work. Alright, so it is now lunchtime, and for me, lunch tends to be my least favorite meal of the day, so I don't really like to pay too much attention to that. When I used to go into the office, I would just go out and buy something, but now that I work from home, luckily I can make stuff at home, and I really don't need too much at lunchtime. So right here you see I'm just making a protein green smoothie that's gonna hold me over until my next midday snack, and I just find this to be the best option for me, is to at least have one of my major 3 meals be pretty low calorie, and especially on my low carb days, the least carbs I will eat is at lunchtime. I mean, that works for me. It might not work for everyone, but I recommend for whatever meal that you tend to not get as excited about to just use that as an opportunity to cut back on some calories. If you guys have been on this channel for a minute, you already know this is so good. Protein goodness, and I prefer this over my regular protein mix when I just do water with the protein mix, because the protein that I have, it's got a weird taste to it, but adding in the fruit and the veggies to this makes it bomb. So the reason why I choose to do these smoothies on my low carb day, today is usually the most busy days that I have for work, and so want to make sure I'm keeping on track and not just snacking because I work from home, and that's so easy to do when you work from home, and it's so filling and tasty that you don't really notice it. I would never go on any kind of liquid diet or anything, but for days like this, it definitely comes in handy. Okay, so it is now almost 4. I had to turn on my little studio light because it's getting dark out here. I think it's about to rain. God, we only got, what, a couple of hours of sun? Chicago, man, I tell you. So right here, I have a very ugly snack, but basically what I'm eating is 2.5 ounces of just turkey breast and then 1 cheese stick. And my dog is going crazy because she loves cheese. But yeah, just gonna chow down on this until dinner. This will definitely hold me over. And it's a good way to get some quick protein in. Just wrap it up like that. Little mozzarella in a bun. Especially when you're working and you need something quick and fast. Yes, I'm still sitting here. This is kind of boring, huh? I mean, but this is real life. This is what us working women have to do. A lot of us are working from home, but I'm drinking right now, but it's pretty much gone. I made a homemade iced caramel coffee, which was delicious. Still is. I think I'm pretty much done with work, so I'm going to sign off, walk the dog, and get started on some dinner because I'm hungry. Not gonna lie, I am exhausted. It's been a long day and I am starving. So I'm gonna start my taco salad for tonight. I had already done a meal prep for that, so that's all ready and I just need to heat up the meat and then construct it. Also, if you guys are interested, I'll definitely be posting a meal prep video and kind of how I get my meals ready for the week so that I can stay on track and everything. So that should be coming sometime within this whole 12-week challenge. So yeah, I'm so tired. Oh my God. All right, so here are all my ingredients for the taco salad while my meat is heating up. These are gonna be a lot of repeats from this morning because I always have my staple ingredients that I always know fits pretty much every meal. Of course, we're starting off with some veggies, so I just have baby spring mix here. It's a mix of, I think it's arugula and then other medleys. I really like arugula. Then again with this pico that's gonna go right on top. So good. Again, the Mexican cheese from this morning. This is an avocado that I had already cut, so I'm just trying to keep it fresh in this. And then this here, kind of a little bit of a cheat, but not really, because these have pretty good macros on them. For 1 serving, which is about 1 ounce, you get 20 grams of carbs and 140 calories. As you can see, I kind of try to have more of my carbs later on in the day. This is going to be a bulk of my carbs for today. But yeah, I'll be showing you guys at the end of this video just like all of the macros for everything that I ate today, just to kind of wind everything down and show you everything to the T. So stay tuned for that. But let's just start making this stuff. All right, last major meal of the day. We have this taco salad. So like I said, I meal prepped the taco meat before I made this. And I think that's one of the things that saves me a lot of time with creating my meals. You can definitely do a full meal prep, but if you're strapped for time or you don't really have energy to cook all day on a Sunday, then you can just easily cook a decent size amount of meat and then just have that in the fridge and then figure out your meals throughout the week that can accompany that meat. So like I'm doing here, I just decided to do the taco salad, but I could have maybe done some taco wraps or maybe some taco with cauliflower. So I think that the main struggle is to actually get your protein cooked and made, and that takes up a bunch of the cooking time. But definitely if you do have the time and you really tend to fall off track, meal prepping is probably the better option for you. And voila, here we have it. Nice taco salad. I like to mix it up just to get all the flavors mixed in. Sometimes I'll add maybe some black beans to this if I'm feeling, you know, high carby. And also on my high carb days, if I'm doing this meal, I'll probably add maybe some more of the chips, so maybe like 2 ounces instead of 1. A lot of versatility with this meal and it's so delicious. I'm gonna eat it. This is pretty much what I do after work. Have my food. Now I'm gonna search on Netflix, see what I can watch. I think I'm gonna watch the Seaspiracy documentary. That's gonna be my night. Let's take a bite out of this. You gotta get everything in the first bite, you know? You can never go wrong with this. You can never go wrong with some taco salad. Okay, so it is now 8:45. I'm about to have my last meal of the day. Let's get these Eggos. So childish, right? So childish, but so good. I got the low-fat Eggos, so macros on these. It is 27 grams of carbs for two waffles and 2.5 grams of fat and 4 grams of protein for just 2 waffles in this. And what I do with this, like I said earlier, I put peanut butter on this, so that's why I didn't put peanut butter on the rice cake this morning. So saved it for this little treat before I head to bed. Let's get these bad boys into the toaster. Slapping them on a little plate here. There's certain things in this diet that I just don't want to give up. So peanut butter is one of them. I don't really eat it that much in that much quantities. I always measure out my peanut butter, so I don't feel too bad about it. But that's the beauty of if it fits your macros. As long as you're not overeating and you're balancing everything and you're balancing out some of the maybe not so good foods with a lot more of the healthier foods, then I think it's fine, girl. Eat your peanut butter. I know I will. I'll show you guys how I measure this out. So basically what I do is I actually measure from the jar. So what you do is just put the jar on top and zero out the scale. And I'm going to use a spoon and then a knife to spread it onto these. But I'm looking to do about 1 tablespoon. I think this is bigger than a tablespoon. I looked it up on MyFitnessPal, so should be about 15.5. So I'm just gonna go in here. As you can see, I'm just gonna go in here, take out about, see this is like 12. So a little bit more. 14. So right here, this is about 15 grams of Jif creamy peanut butter. Just gonna spread that onto my waffles. This is so good, guys. You definitely have to try it if you haven't before. Especially when it's warmed up, the peanut butter gets all nice and gooey, and it's amazing. So that is going to end my meals for today, and I'll just quickly show you guys what I have built into my MyFitnessPal for the whole day. Show you guys all the macros and everything. All right, so I had to turn my TV down for this because it was kind of hard to hear. But like you can see in MyFitnessPal, I showed you guys this already on my channel. But here are my meals for the day. As you can see, I'm just a little shy of my total calorie goal. So for meal 1, this is what we saw earlier, where I had the omelet, and that amounted to about 296 calories. In total, that was about 24 carbs, 8 fat, and 29 protein. So as you can see, you can easily track and see all the calories, all the mix of the macros and everything. Ooh, this was actually 30 grams. Good thing I measured that out. So let's edit that here. So this was 30, right? Right. Sorry if it's going in and out. This camera is a little weird with the focus. So let's take a look at the final count of macros. So as I said earlier, my goal for my low carb days is to eat about 130 total carbs, and you can see I'm 7 under that, so pretty much hit it. And on my low carb days, I actually get to shift up some of my fat intake. So as you can see, this is higher fat than I'm usually eating on my normal days. So I came in about 12 under that, but that's fine. I don't really like to put too much fat in my diet. And when you're doing carb cycling like this, those are the only two that you should be moving. You should never move your protein percentage. You should only compensate for the carb loss with the fat loss, because fat is going to turn into energy when you don't have enough carbs in your body. And then for my protein, could have done a little bit better here, but protein for me, I don't know why it's so hard to get in. Here you can see I got 22 under, so maybe I should have added another half a scoop to my protein shake, but you know. But yeah, that is it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this full day of eating on my low carb day for the week. Definitely leave a like, and if you guys have any questions on carb cycling, definitely leave a comment too, and I'll try to answer them as best as possible based on my experience. Hope you guys enjoyed this next video for my Snatched for Summer 2021 challenge. If you did, please subscribe so you don't miss any more, and also check out my past videos because there's a bunch there that will probably give you a couple tips and tricks from what I do, and maybe implement that for your hot girl summer this summer. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next Saturday for the next one. Bye.